Good evening, Garden City. I'd like to call to order regular City Council meeting for Monday, May 6th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Our first order of business is our opening ceremony, which will consist of the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Cadet Master Sergeant Lyle, and then we'll have a moment of silence for those service members who have given their lives for our country. If everyone would please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for leading us in that. Item 3 is the roll call. Mr. Smith.
Mayor Jacobs.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dole.
Show Mayor Pro Tem Dole absent and excused.
Councilmember Karafotis.
Also show her absent and excused.
Councilmember Squires.
Here.
Councilmember Earl.
Here.
Councilmember Witt.
Here.
Councilmember Lynch.
Here.
You have a quorum of 5.
Thank you. Item 4 is the approval of the agenda.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I make a motion to approve the meeting agenda as revised, adding items 11B7 and 11B8 and removing agenda item 16A. Support.
Support from Councilmember Lynch. Further discussion from table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, we have a lot of recognitions tonight, some promotions. I'll call Police Chief Tim Gibbons. There he is.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. A police department's only as good as the men and women who serve it in it. And I can say confidently that Garden City is blessed with some of the finest police officers around. They do a fantastic job risking their lives every day to serve this community, and I couldn't be more proud to be their chief. And every once in a while, you get the pleasure of promoting a couple of them to a greater role within the department. And today, I'm very excited to promote 2 new sergeants and 2 new lieutenants to greater roles within the Garden City Police Department. We'll talk a little about them, but I can definitely say Garden City Police Department is going to be a lot better tomorrow when these guys are hitting the streets with a little bit greater role in our department. But from the brand new patrolmen all the way up to the lieutenants who serve under me, couldn't be happier with everyone we have working here today, and the results tend to speak for themselves. This is a great agency, and just excited today to add a little bit more excellence by promoting these guys. So tonight we're going to start out with, we're going to promote Lieutenant Micah Hall, or Sergeant Micah Hall to Lieutenant Micah Hall. So Micah, if you come on up. Micah comes to us from You're doing all right if you get applause on the way up. That's a new one. I'm impressed. Nice job. So Micah came to us from DPD, where he had about 9 years of experience there. He actually won DPD's Officer of the Year award at DPD. Like, that's all the entire department, and won it. Actually, there was a little news article when we stole him. They weren't too, the citizens were like, why would we lose this guy? Well, because he came to Garden City, and who wouldn't want to, right? But he came to us in 2005. He's had various roles in the department. The number one role he's always had is just about the hardest working guy. He goes out and just works to serve the citizens community. If you have a crime committed against you in the city of Garden City, Micah does his best to bring that person to justice. He goes without sleep, he works his butt off, and puts in the amount of time necessary to keep this community safe. So I'm excited tonight. He's going to be promoted from the role of detective sergeant to lieutenant. He's a taser instructor, accident investigator, evidence technician. He's been police officer of the year twice. He's got a tremendous amount of experience with a school resource officer, served us in our schools, served us out to a sort of a task force position with a multi-jurisdictional crime suppression force with the Michigan State Police. He's done just about everything at our place, and it's only logical that he's going to be promoted to lieutenant and be even a greater leader within our department. So tonight, along with the other officers getting promoted, they have a tremendous amount of support, both from coworkers, former retired coworkers, family, friends, and all of us. And his wife, Stacy, son Brendan, daughter Marissa are here tonight. And his wife gets to pin the badge on. And if anyone deserves to be able to stab someone with the end of a badge, it is his wife, Stacy, who has put up with us stealing Micah at all hours of the night. So with that said, if we can have the clerk do the swearing in, and Stacy, sharpen the pin. So.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, the undersigned Micah Hall,
I, the undersigned Michael Hall,
having been duly appointed
have been duly appointed
to the rank of lieutenant
to the rank of lieutenant
of the city of Garden City,
of the city of Garden City,
do hereby solemnly swear
do I solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Michigan,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Michigan,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Garden City,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Garden City,
and will uphold and abide
and will uphold and abide
by the rules and regulations,
by the rules and regulations,
as well as all other orders,
as well as all other orders,
be they general, special, or otherwise,
as the general, other, or specialized,
of the Garden City Police Department,
of the Garden City Police Department,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
that I will not at any time
that I will not at any time
lend, aid, advise, or succor
lend, aid, eyes, or succor
to any organization known or suspected
to any organization known or suspected
of having subversive tendencies,
of having subversive tendencies,
nor will I in any way
or nor will I in any way
affiliate myself with such organizations.
or affiliate myself with such organizations.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Stacy did pretty good. She's pinned down a couple badges already, so she's a pro. Next up will be Lieutenant Nate Cover. Well, Sergeant Nate Cover will become Lieutenant Nate Cover. Come on up, Nate. Nate currently is a detective sergeant at the Detective Bureau as well. You'll see a theme here. We also got Nate from DPD in 2014. Nate is some people join an organization and they have that dedication and immediate impact upon the organization, that kind of leadership thing. Nate has demonstrated that throughout his time here. Nate's always been the guy to take on the causes that need to be taken on, to sort of push the mission of the department through the troops, even when he was just a patrolman. And it takes a special kind. You know, the leadership doesn't just come from rank. Leadership comes from the way you conduct yourself every day. Nate has always conducted himself in a manner that's consistent with that and consistent with what Garden Cities would want from an officer, a sergeant, and now a lieutenant. Nate's attended Eastern Michigan School of Staff and Command. He's currently a member of the Firearms Training Unit, de-escalation instructor, and also a field training officer. It means he's trained our new officers as they come through the door. He's received numerous accolades during his time here. He was a Police Officer of the Year in 2016, won a Medal of Valor for his actions during a particularly daring incident. With Nathan's police experience and dedication to the city, we look forward to just how awesome he's going to be as a leader in our police department. He definitely brings with him some guys you just look up to at the department. I can tell he's one of them. Again, so many people here to support him. His wife, Brittany, daughter, Evelyn, and son, Jackson, have all joined us tonight. Brittany, and with Nate being in the Detective Bureau, being called in and everything, she's got some, stabbing to do too. And she's definitely earned it. So, Brittany, if you want to come up, and Mr. Clerk, if you swear in, congratulations, Nate.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, the undersigned Nathan Cover,
I, Nathan Cover,
having been duly appointed
having been duly appointed
to the rank of lieutenant
to the rank of lieutenant
of the City of Garden City,
of the City of Garden City,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Michigan,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Garden City,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Garden City,
and I will uphold and abide
and I will uphold and abide
by the rules and regulations,
by the rules and regulations,
as well as all other orders,
as well as all other orders,
be they general, special, or otherwise,
be they general, special, or otherwise,
of the Garden City Police Department,
of the Garden City Police Department,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
that I will not at any time
that I will not at any time
lend, aid, advise, or succor
lend aid, advise, or succor
to any organization known or suspected
to any organization known or suspected
of having subversive tendencies,
of having subversive tendencies,
nor will I in any way
nor will I in any way
affiliate myself with such organizations.
affiliate myself with such organizations.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, 2 more to go. Next up, we have Officer James Drinkard becoming Sergeant James Drinkard. James? So you're gonna, there's a real theme going here tonight. James came to us almost 7 years ago from Detroit PD. James has worked as a school resource officer, currently assigned to a task force combating narcotics. He's also worked as an auto theft investigator. He's a drone pilot with the department, represents the department as a member of the Wayne County Mobile Field Force, been an FTO since 2019, training members of the department how to be good cops, currently in arson investigation school. He's received numerous accolades and awards during his time here, 2024 Police Officer of the Year for Police Officer Association of Michigan, that's the union, that's throughout the state, 2019 Medal of Honor recipient, 2020 Police Officer of the Year, and 2022 Medal of Valor recipient. James is sort of a way that Michael works in the department, just keeps working. He just is dedicated. He gets locked onto cases, works his butt off to make sure that the right things happen, and what needs to be done in an investigation. Whatever I've asked him to do at this police department, he's done so beyond my expectations. And he is just a guy who steps up and takes care of business and gets the job done when the city needs somebody to. And he's one of the heroes who work for us. Again, just so excited to have him promoted to a leadership position so he can take some of those behaviors and bring it to the next generation of Garden City police officers. His parents, Don and Neva, are here, and tonight his girlfriend, Brittany, will be pinning his badge on. So if the clerk can swear in, and Brittany can come on up.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, James Drinkard,
I, James Drinkard,
having been duly appointed
as being duly appointed
to the rank of sergeant
to the rank of sergeant
of the city of Garden City,
of the city of Garden City,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Michigan,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Michigan,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Garden City,
the laws and ordinances of the city of Garden City,
and will uphold and abide
and will uphold and abide
by the rules and regulations,
the rules and regulations,
as well as all other orders,
as well as all other orders,
be they general, special, or otherwise,
be they general, special, or otherwise,
of the Garden City Police Department,
of the Garden City Police Department,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
that I will not at any time
That I will not at any time,
lend, aid, advise, or succor
that I will not lend, aid, advise, or succor
to any organization
to any organization
known or suspected of
known or suspected of
having subversive tendencies,
having subversive tendencies,
nor will I in any way
nor will I in any way
affiliate myself with such organizations.
affiliate myself with such organizations.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
All right, last one, last but not least, would Officer soon-to-be Sergeant Al Lash come on up. Well, we got him from another police department, we didn't get him from Detroit, so we'll break the theme. Al came to us about 7 years ago from Melvindale PD. Al's worked a number of different roles through different law enforcement agencies. This is a well-deserved promotion. This is a person who probably earned it a long time ago. And I'm very glad he came to Garden City Police Department and brought his experience with us. No doubt we are a young department, and we certainly can use experienced police officers who know how to do the job and been doing it for a long time to step up into leadership roles. And Al's done that. And, you know, like I said, there's people who step up into leadership roles before they're even appointed leaders, and Al's been one of those guys. Al's been a field training officer for the last 11 years, 6 years with us and 5 years with his previous department. He's an evidence technician, instructor for our TASER program, has received numerous accolades and awards through his time here, including receiving multiple life-saving awards, one right in the middle of Ford Road with a person having a cardiac arrest. His dedication to this community is unquestioned. His experience and dedication and just time on the job is going to bring so much needed leadership to this position. And that wisdom that comes with only time can give you. So his wife, Adrian, children Olivia, Mia, and Henry are here, and his wife, after this many years of police work, certainly gets to have some fun putting a badge on. So Adrian, if you can come on up, and your whole family, however you guys would like to. And Mr. Clerk, if you could swear in Officer Lash to Sergeant Lash, we'd appreciate it.
I, Alan Lamm,
I, Alan Lash,
having been duly appointed
having been duly appointed
to the rank of sergeant
to the rank of sergeant
of the City of Garden City,
of the City of Garden City,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will uphold and defend
that I will uphold and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Michigan,
the Constitution, state laws of Michigan,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Garden City,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Garden City,
and will uphold and abide
and will uphold and abide
by the rules and regulations,
by the rules and regulations,
as well as all other orders,
as well as all other orders,
be they general, special, or otherwise,
either general, special, or otherwise,
of the Garden City Police Department,
of the Garden City Police Department,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability,
That I will not at any time
that I will not at any time
lend, aid, advise, or succor
lend, aid, advise, or succor
to any organization known or suspected
to any organization known or suspected
of having subversive tendencies,
of having subversive tendencies,
nor will I
nor will I
in any way affiliate myself
in any way affiliate myself
with such organizations.
with such organizations.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
All right, that's our promotions. I'm excited for the future of GCPD. Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Okay, next we have the Garden City Police Department Citizens Academy, and Sergeant Daniels is coming up, along with Sergeant Pavlov.
All right, guess I'll talk. All right, council, good afternoon. I'm Sergeant Daniels. I've been here for about 8 years. Right now, I'm currently in charge of the Community Resource Office. What we do every year, I think we've been doing this since 2017, is a Citizens Academy. And what that entails is a 10-week course. It's every Wednesday, about 2 to 3 hours long. We go over several topics: decision-making, use of force, our day-to-day on patrol, departmental functions, patrol functions, etc. We have a list of topics. I wish we had more weeks to do it. This last class says they want more weeks, so maybe we'll push it a little further. Don't know, but we'll see. So I'd like to present a couple certificates. Mayor Jacobs, if you would. We have about 7 people here for a certificate of completion. So I'll say the names if you guys can come on up here. Colleen Anderson, or Colleen Allen, I'm sorry.
You come over here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Dawn Beatty. Becky Brandt. Gregory Catan. Tanya Hurley. And Michelle Redmond.
Mayor and Council, I just want to say one real quick thing. Sergeant Daniels and Officer Pavlov put a lot of time and energy into organizing this. It's very a tedious project to organize a 10-week class, get a bunch of cops to be at the same place to teach something when they got all these other responsibilities. They do a tremendous job, so I just wanted to thank them, give them a little bit of applause. It's a great job they do. And just one last thank you to the class, to come and spend a couple hours a night, which usually turns into 3.5 or 4, and then to so want more is just some great dedication to the city, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Okay, one more recognition. If I can have the Garden City High School Air Force Junior ROTC come on up.
Cadets in the stands, could you stand up in place and turn around, please? And then my seniors, could you follow me?
Okay, for those that don't know, our Junior ROTC does many community events. They help and support at the American Legion, doing many, many events. They serve food when they have an event. They're around the city. They support the city at the Memorial Day event, the Veterans Day event. They anything that we need or they're asked of, they come out and they support. And we are greatly appreciative and honored to have them, this group, with us. So I have a plaque for them. And on behalf of the City Council of the City of Garden City, Michigan, we want to thank the Garden City High School Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps, also known as the AFJROTC, for your support and dedication to the city and our many community organizations over the years. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed, and we are proud to have you represent our great city. Thank you again for all your enthusiasm, passion, and commitment. Congratulations. Thank you.
We'll just assign it, and you guys can pop it between these two, and we'll do it all together.
At this time, I will call for a short recess, a couple minutes to let those that have parties to go. So we are in recess. Okay, we are back in session. We have no comments from state or county officials, no presentations tonight. Community events, DDA Lucky Squirrel, Mr. Matt Miller.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. I just wanted to come before you tonight. It is the last meeting before our first Lucky Squirrel. So on May 18th, which is Saturday, we have 150 vendors already signed up for that day to come downtown and do some shopping. Also enjoy some of the restaurants in downtown at the same time. The Lucky Squirrel event goes from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's in the Garden City Town Center parking lot, which is in front of Planet Fitness. Again, 10 to 3, Saturday, May 18th. Please come down and enjoy this free event sponsored by the Downtown Development Authority. Also, one of the vendors I want to give a special shout out to Kelly Bailey, and she runs Garden City Gives a Boot, where they're collecting boots at this event for homeless veterans. Also, money donations will be accepted, and all that will go towards shoes for homeless veterans in the area. She'll be there to greet every person that comes in. She is our official greeter. So please come down and support her and the event. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 9, we have no petitions or communications. We have a public hearing for the capital improvement plan. Anybody wishing to speak on the capital improvement plan? Last call. Anybody wishing to speak at the public hearing for the capital improvement plan? Okay, I will close that public hearing. 11A is the consent agenda.
Mayor,
Councilmember Lynch.
I move for the approval of the consent agenda, item 11A, 1 through 5.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Squires. Comments from table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, action items. Item 1 is the 2024 proposed 5-year capital improvement plan. Mr. Marciniak.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So this is to approve the capital improvement plan for fiscal year 24-25. So that being said, right now there is limited amount of purchases for general fund. Basically, already the payments which we are already requesting through already contracts we already have in place. We do have purchasing within the building, within the DPW as well as the water and sewer departments. They have different funding mechanisms than general fund. Also, there's the inclusion of the water grant that we're getting from the state for the SRF loan, as well as the grant, and also that includes road bond money, which we are going to receive later this week. We will begin those projects this summer. Those already have been bidded out and awarded. And lastly, there is money for the grant in there that we're going to expend over at the Radcliffe Center. So it encompasses all the expending we expect to do in the next year, as well as over the next 4 years, as a plan, a guide for the city over the next 4 to 5 years, where we hope to go to, some of the projects we hope to include. But at this point in time, it's more of a, as some people refer to as a wish list at this time, but it's, it's a plan as it's stated, and that's where we're at right now.
Okay. Motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I make a motion to approve the proposed 5-year capital improvement plan, or CIP, for the fiscal year 2024-25 as presented.
Go ahead.
Support from Councilmember Earl. Discussion from table.
Mayor,
Councilmember Earl.
one quick question. I know that this is the wish list, but the one thing I was wondering is, do we get priorities? Let's say law enforcement has their wish list. Do they say, this is the one item that we need first, this is the second item, if we can get it? If not, can we find that out and get that kind of information from them, so we know if there's a chance that we can get something for DPW or law enforcement or fire, that this is the priority, so this is kind of what we're looking at?
Okay. Offhand, I think they budget a certain amount, and then if we actually have the money available, it's their kind of they prioritize it.
Mayor, just so they know, for Councilman Earl's question, good question. Department heads are all heavily involved in this process, the CIP, of deciding what exactly they need for the departments, what could be pushed off the next year or so. So our priorities usually are taken into account by the department heads themselves.
Thank you.
Good question. Thank you.
Okay, any further comments from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Next is the 2024 fee schedule. Mr. Marciniak.
Good evening once again. So before you is the fee schedule for next fiscal year. We start this by passing out requests to the department heads and getting anything back from them. Last year, we did have quite a few substantial increases across the board for our fee schedules. So this year, departments elected to hold their fee increases. The only place right now that we have proposed fee increase is in the garbage collection, and that is to coincide with the expectations of the contract that may be awarded and that will be awarded in the coming meetings. And that's all that's changed in the fee schedule.
Motion,
Mayor,
Councilmember Squires.
I move to approve the proposed 2024-25 fee schedule as presented.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Witt. I know you mentioned the garbage going up, and for those that don't know, that contract is about to expire after an 8-year contract of no cost increase to us. So obviously in 8 years, our costs have gone up and we didn't get charged. So there is going to be some kind of increase. And I know we're going to have a workshop and probably a presentation for the public and for council coming up shortly. So, further comments from the table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Next is the Middle Belt Road proposed rezoning. Mr. Mario Ortega.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Before you tonight is a request to rezone 12 lots on Middle Belt Road. This is part of the Planning Commission's continuing effort to implement the city's master plan, and more specifically, these relate to the replacement of the O1 office district. 6 lots are proposed to be rezoned to C1, and this will permit all the existing uses to continue while allowing the property owners to consider a wider range of tenants in the future, such as retail uses or service uses. There are 4 lots proposed to be rezoned to R1 single-family residential, which will permit existing homes and an existing church to become legally conforming. That means the rezoning will allow them to easily undertake any additions or expansions of their homes or buildings in the future. Finally, there are 2 lots proposed to be rezoned to Central Business District. This is to correct a mapping error that occurred in the past. At a public hearing held by the Planning Commission, there were no comments or concern raised by residents. The commission considered all the issues and the approval criteria and has recommended that City Council approve of these proposed rezonings.
Okay, thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor?
Councilmember Earl.
All right, I'll read the whole thing. I move to approve the proposed rezoning of 12 lots located on Middle Belt Road based on consistency with the goals and objectives of the city master plan as follows: 1858, 1740, 1724, 1715, 1658, and 1244 Middle Belt Road from O1 office to C1 local business. 29233 John Hawk Road and 29235 Hennepin Avenue from O1 office to R1, one family residential. 2041 Middle Belt Road and parcel 35-016-01-0039-302 from R2, two family residential, to CBD Central Business District. And 1258 Middle Belt Road from 01 office to R1 family residential and R3 multiple family residential, and partial 35-01-01-0168-001 from R3 multiple family residential to R1 family residential.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Lynch. Comments from the table?
Mayor?
Councilmember Witt.
So the changes that were, some of them you said to conform, were there just oversight in the past that, you know, something was built on way before we had a zone set up for it?
That's correct. In certain instances, there was an O1 designation added. There was either the intent to change that single-family home to a business to allow for an expansion, or there was a business there in the past that had gone away that the rezoning was never followed up on to change it to a new zone to allow for future potential. So,
Thank you.
Further comments?
Mayor, and is this just their continuing effort to try to update the master plan and
That
work
is
with
correct.
council on it?
Yes, this is a continuing effort to simplify the zoning ordinance by eliminating a zoning district, while at the same time allowing a lot of commercial properties the opportunity to have more tenants available to them. The O1 district was found to be a little limiting because there are C1 uses that are compatible with the residents who are adjacent. So the C1 would allow for retail, while C1 does not permit any auto-oriented uses. So nothing such as a party store, or a gas station, or nothing like that could be within these commercial districts. So we're protecting the integrity of the adjacent residences.
Thank you.
Further comments? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Number 4, U.S. DOT Safe Streets and Roads for All Grant. Mr. Miller.
Good evening again, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. I'm before you this evening to ask for your acceptance and also the match of a grant. Prior to me leaving when I was the clerk, still working in the building and planning department, I worked with McKenna & Associates, Laura Haw, and Mario Ortega to work on developing a grant for kind of what we're considering a consortium grant with the U.S. DOT, which is the Department of Transportation, to look at safe streets and roads for all. This is a planning grant where we're going to develop an action plan for our roadways that, you know, they travel throughout the region. All 4 communities came together because, of course, Ford Road doesn't stop at our border. It continues on. And these are really inner ring western suburbs that work together to come together to actually develop a plan for kind of a region, which is these western suburbs. Part of the goal of the grant, of course, is we're going to work with the U.S. DOT to create what we call a Vision Zero plan, which is to really reduce the fatalities in roads to 0. So we'll be looking at improving the safety, reducing deaths, and also reducing injuries on all of the roads in the city. What is nice, or really in the region, what is nice about this is that once this is put in place, we can also seek out additional funds from the U.S. DOT, which are on top of what are called the TIP funds, which is regulated by SEMCOG, so that we will be able to maybe take advantage of additional funding. Part of the process, of course, will be a public process, but will also include police, fire, DPW, and Hennessy Engineering. Hennessy Engineering also monitors grants for additional funding for roadway improvements, and they were excited to see that we're laying the groundwork for this so that it'll kind of open up the doors for maybe additional funding for roadway improvements in the future.
Thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I make a motion to approve acceptance of the U.S. DOT Safe Streets and Roads for All grant in the total amount of $240,000 with a Garden City match of $12,000 and authorize Matthew Miller, Community Development Director, to sign the necessary documents for the grant.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Squires. Further comments from table.
Yeah, Mayor.
Councilmember Squires.
The 240,000, that is all 4 communities together, or is that Garden City's portion?
It's all 4 communities together.
And then they're all going to match, the other communities are going to match?
Yes, each community $12,000.
Okay,
right?
Thank you.
Further comments from the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, item 5 is city's website provider annual renewal. Zach King, Communications Supervisor.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I bring forward with you the annual cost of the website renewal. This is our Civic Plus is our website provider. This cost that I'm bringing forward is the central or content management system that allows us to edit the website, design it, and allows all the departments to edit their own pages. This has been budgeted for in the 24-25 budget year. So this doesn't even start until July. I'm bringing this to you guys a little early this year. Kind of exciting this year with the website. We're going to be doing a refresh. So we get to do that, if you can see, one of the line items is every 48 months with Civic Plus. So I'm getting started with that now, and we won't be able to release it for about another 8 months because it takes some time to redesign. So that's about it.
Thank you. Motion is in order.
Mayor?
Councilmember Squires.
I move to approve the attached agreement with Civic Plus LLC, the city's website provider, regarding the renewal of our annual website's content management system in an amount of $11,218.81.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Lynch. Further comments from table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, item 6 is also Zach King. That is Microsoft Office 365 licenses.
Hello again, Mayor and Council. Yes, this is another annual cost I'm bringing forward to Council. This is for the licenses for all the emails used inside the city. I broke it out by department on that letter attached. This is going to be a sole source vendor. We are purchasing these from Skynet, our city's technology provider. I did, a few years ago, we used to go out and, source these through different vendors and get pricing. Because Skynet has so many other clients and so many other cities and businesses they service, they're able to buy them at a huge bulk rate. So our measly, 180-ish email accounts are not enough to be able to beat anything close to their pricing because they buy in bulk from Microsoft directly, where if we went through a third-party company, even they're beating the state bid. So that's a huge bonus for the city now that Skynet is a much larger organization for our city's computer technology contract. This renewal starts in July, so I'm bringing it to you guys a little bit early, and that's about it. So, and by the way, the Microsoft Office, this isn't just emails, this is everything 365. So this is Word, PowerPoint, Office, the entire suite that runs on all the machines throughout the city. Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
One quick question, does that also include the computers like in the police car?
This covers the license for Office on those computers, but not the actual maintenance or computer itself.
Okay.
So yes, the officer that signs into that machine would be using one of these licenses through his email account.
Okay.
Okay, motion is in order.
Mayor,
Councilmember Witt.
I make a motion to approve the attached agreement with Skynet Innovations, the city's technology provider, regarding the renewal of our Microsoft Office 365 licenses in the amount of $41,534.40.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Lynch. Comments from table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Item 7, city manager's resignation. As many of you know, the city manager has given notice to the city that he is stepping down as the Garden City Manager in order to take a new job out of state. And there are 2 items that we need to address prior to Mr. Doherty's last day. First, we will need to appoint an interim city manager until we can fill the position permanently. And second, I am going to direct the city manager to provide council a complete overview of the Radcliffe Center, including a timeline of all expenditures, starting with the purchase of the building and property, to include all the grant information and amounts and requirements, money spent on every aspect of the current renovation in a line item form. I would also like it to include all information on the roof from the initial inspection. So first thing is, need a motion to accept the city manager's resignation.
Mayor,
Councilmember Lynch.
I move to approve the resignation of City Manager Doc Doherty effective June 2nd, 2024.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Witt. Comments from table? From the public? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Item 8. Item 8 is the appointment of an interim city manager. Need a motion.
Oh, Mayor,
Councilmember Squires.
I was waiting. I move to support Matt Miller as interim city manager effective May 20th, 2024.
Support.
Support from Councilmember Earl. I will also state that I've spoken with Councilmember Karafotis and Mayor Pro Tem Dold, and they are in support also of this Mr. Miller being named. Further comments from table? From the public? All in favor? Excuse me. First motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, other business, we have none. Public comments. Anybody wishing to speak? You have 3 minutes, and that will, on all non-agenda items. Anybody wishing to speak? Mike Jones, or Mr. Jones, come on up.
If you haven't already made your plans for this Friday, the Garden City Senior Center is having a Mother's Day celebration from 12 to 2. It'll feature music, catered lunch, a 50-50 raffle. And so we invite you all to participate and come out to celebrate our mothers. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Joy Matney. I live on Hennepin Street. The reason that I'm speaking is I have a tree that is on Merriman, right at Hennepin and Merriman. It's one of these huge trees, and it's got some really long limbs, and they're laying over Merriman Road. I just have one that fell in my backyard. I've called the county for the past 3 years trying to get these moved. Now, they're going to fall, and if they hit a car, there's going to be a death or something. And the neighbors keep asking me, why don't you do something? I said, I call every year. But I just wanted to speak here in case someone gets hurt. They'll know that I've been trying to get some help, and I can't.
Well,
Can I get your, I'm sorry, can I get your information? The county will, I'll give it to our commissioner. I had the same issue, I live on Merriman, and I had the same issue, and it took me 4 years until one of the commissioners stepped in and got the tree removed.
Well, I have a number, and I also called David Kniezek, but I haven't heard from him. And I have a call out for Help Me Hank Winchester on Channel 4, problem solver. But this really isn't my problem, but somebody's going to really get hurt if it falls.
I know where you live, but if you can give Mr. Smith your address over there, and we'll get in touch with somebody.
Thank you.
Yep. Any further?
Good evening. Opal Loveland. You were pretty quick to end the vote on the fee schedule for 24-25. Is that set, the numbers that were on the fee schedule? So there's going to be over 60% increase on the refuge and sanitation?
We don't know yet because the contract hasn't come in yet.
But you just said the numbers on there are what you approved, and that's over 60% increase from what we're currently paying. So are you waiting for the contract, and then you're going to set the fee?
We don't have a contract right now.
Right.
We have a contract until May 30th, I believe it is, or May 30th?
Okay, so I just hope you're not going to increase it more than you need for the contract.
No, we'll have a presentation before council and public with a couple different proposals, and we'll go from there on that.
Thank you. And then I also want to mention once again the 1.5 increase that was done during COVID, and I know you're getting ready to vote on the budget, and I hope you're looking into that and maybe do something about that. And the lighting assessment, there's a lot of people that would like to see that go away. I personally would like the LED lights throughout town. We just approved a grant for safer streets, and I think lighting is part of having safer streets. There are 5 streets in my area that border on Cherry Hill and Middlebelt that don't have any street lights at all. So I hope you're considering all those things for the budget this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
This also has to do with the rubbish removal, whatever you want to call it. When are you going to have a meeting so we can discuss it?
I believe we're going to have a presentation on the 20th. It'll come out on the website or when we put out the agenda. It'll be before a council meeting.
Because based on your proposed amount, That's a 62% increase, which I think is totally outrageous.
Okay.
And I hope that when you have this, that you listen to the citizens and not just sit there and not do anything, because you have to represent us, but from what I can see so far, you do not represent us.
Thank you. Again, I'll say that our last rubbish contract is 8 years old, and we had no increases in that time. I don't know what the increase is going to be. There is going to be an increase, and that is what the presentations will be for before council. So we'll look at it when they come, and it will be put out there for everybody to know when it is. Further comments? Mr. Hunt.
Mayor, you said it a couple times already, and they're still back there grumbling about it. In 8 years' time, with what we went through in the last few years, with the people we have in office right now, and electric vehicles, and we don't have any fuel here. The fuel prices are double, triple what they were before. When you get $20 an hour at McDonald's and you've got to hire a driver to drive that truck, you're lucky if it's only 50%. A lot of these people don't understand those trucks do not run on pixie dust. The guy that's working out there wants a wage. He's not going to drive that truck with DOT, having to be DOT certified and everything for $20 an hour when a kid can throw something wrong in a bag at McDonald's for $20 an hour. So those fees are going to be up big time. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I mean, personally, even without people at McDonald's making $20 an hour, I sure as heck think the people that are picking up our trash, one of the most dangerous jobs, sure as heck already deserve more than $20 an hour. So yes, I would hope that they are getting paid what they are worth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian Marciniak, Treasurer. I'd like to speak about the garbage contracts for the collection and what has been put into the fee right now. That is from an actual bids that were received. Currently, that's where the amount with a small supplement to reduce that fee is actually at. So that is a true amount from actual bids received from contractors, which we have received, which is similar to the same services that are currently provided by the city. So yes, if at some time in the short future here that the city does make an adjustments of how they manage their garbage collection, yes, of course, the city will amend the fee schedule, and we've done it in the past for other items throughout the years. We will amend the fee schedule accordingly to match a proper price, because that's kind of a pass-through cost. So the city's really not trying, we don't make money on trying to collect garbage. And like I said, there was some extra money left over a little bit, so we actually have reduced it a little bit from what it actually would cost. So, like I said, once again, I want to say I know it's an excessive amount from about $117 to where it was in the fee schedule, but that is the honest amount that we received from a few different contractors through their bids. Yes, we were shocked ourselves, and unfortunately, there is a cost that has to be passed on to the residents.
And those were actual bids. Thank you. Further comments? No more comments? City Manager's report.
All right, thank you, Mayor. We have a date set for ribbon cutting for several of the rooms at Radcliffe, including the after-school program, the teen tech, to keep the kids off the streets after school. For kids 8 to 15 is the teen tech room. We're also going to be opening up the esports room, the card room, and the movie theater. On Friday, May 17th is the planned date, 6 p.m. Friday, May 17th, we'll have the community event around this whole thing. Also to show off the other rooms that have been completed already, the dance rooms, the computer lab, the game room, the food pantry, the veteran services room. arts and craft room, the gift store, and of course the patio where you can sit, relax, have a drink after you pick up something at the cafe before or after a class. So details are a little fluid right now, exactly what the setup's going to be, but families could mark their calendar now for May 17th, 6 p.m. for the ribbon cutting, as well as a small event that will have refreshments and some bounce houses. Might I recommend you go into the bounce house before the refreshments? Also, Monday, May 20th, the council workshop, as mentioned a couple of times. May 20th, before the council meeting at 5:30, we will have one vendor present to the council with question and answer period, and then at 6 p.m., the second vendor will present. So starting 5:30 on May 20th will be the workshop for about an hour or so, and then there'll be a slight break, and then the rest of the city council will start its regular meeting at 7 p.m. So May 20th at 5:30 in here, trash hauler workshop. That's it for my year. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Smith?
Yep. Just wanted to touch briefly on the elections coming up. So we are, it's hard to believe, but we are 3 months to the day away from the August primary. So I'm going to put out a call. We are always looking for election workers. So if anybody's listening and would like to, be an election worker for us, stop by the clerk's office, pick up an application. I'll sit down with you. We can kind of go over, roles and responsibilities on election day, the training we provide. But we're looking to fill some spots. So just come by the clerk's office and pick up an application.
Thank you. Councilmember Witt?
Thank you, Mayor. I just have one thing tonight. Mike Downey from Parks and Rec sent me the Garden City Figure Skating Club is presenting their annual ice show, Riches and Royalty, May 9th, 10th, and 11th. All shows are at 7 p.m. at the Garden City Ice Arena. Tickets are $12 for adults and $10 for kids. You can also come see my niece, Kaya, skating. I'll be there at least one of the 3 nights for sure. That's all.
Thank you. Councilmember Witt? Or Lynch?
I was going to say.
Yeah, we're looking at the wrong person.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate GCYAA on their outstanding opening day on Saturday, and wish good luck to all of the teams. They were just so excited. It was a great day. And I do want to take the time right now to wish my mother a very happy 90th birthday coming up this week, as well as Happy Mother's Day. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Squires?
Yeah, just a couple of things. Congratulations to the new police sergeants and lieutenants, to the ROTC for their recognition, and to the class of this year's Citizens Academy. Congratulations. Also, the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 396 will have poppies available Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, May 23rd, 24th, and 25th, from noon until 6 p.m. in the parking lot of the American Legion Post at 6860 Middle Belt here in Garden City. Your donation will benefit veterans and their families. And this year, you can either take a poppy with you, or if you choose, you can dedicate a laminated poppy in memory of a loved one that will be placed in the memorial garden on site below the mural at the post. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Earl?
Thank you, Mayor. First, congratulations to our 2 new sergeants and our 2 new lieutenants. All 4 of those individuals are really good police officers, and that's the start of their leadership. They're all also very good leaders, and so I think it's a great thing. And it speaks to, I think, a bigger thing, which is the work that the chief and the upper administration has done to cultivate, to bring in these officers and to continue to grow our department. So congratulations to them, and also that speaks to the Citizens Academy, which I think is a fantastic idea. This city has really grasped the notion of bringing in the citizens and kind of including them and teaching them inner workings. And then to the ROTC, having worked with several of those individuals in the ROTC, I can tell you that they all do a fantastic job. They're future leaders of this country, and I appreciate what they do, and so congratulations on that. And of course, happy Mother's Day to my wife. Make sure Sunday's an easy day for you, and that's all I have. Thank you.
You cooking?
Every day.
All right, thank you. I have just a couple things. Again, congratulations to all our officers and to our ROTC. Again, the ROTC does a great job helping out around the community and the special events that we have, so that is much appreciated. To all the new or promoted officers, congratulations. As Councilman Earl said, we have a really, really good police unit, and it's just getting better and better with these promotions. Memorial Day event is going to be out front on the City Hall lawn. That is Memorial Day, May 27th at 11 a.m. Come out, honor our veterans and our the laying of the wreaths for those that we have lost. And again, the ROTC will be there to help us with that also. Also, I was asked by a couple of residents when they saw that we had a lawsuit that we were going to go into closed session for that we're not. That is not a new lawsuit. That is a lawsuit from 2021. So it is not a new one. It was brought by residents, a couple residents, and we are not going into closed session on that tonight. But that was, it's not a new lawsuit. It's an old one that we were going to get some more information on. So other than that, again, congratulations to GCYA on their 70th year this year. Opening day was awesome, and congratulations and good luck for the rest of the year. Happy Mother's Day. No further business. This meeting is adjourned.